Tonight, a story you'll only see on NewsNation. When you think of the states where medicinal marijuana use is most prominent, you're likely to think of Colorado, California, or Oregon. But what if we told you Oklahoma, one of the most conservative states in the U.S., was the cannabis capital of the country?
That's right. Relaxed regulations, low starting cost, and cheap land prices are all fueling the state's fastest growing industry. NewsNation correspondent Marky Martin has the full story.
When you think about Oklahoma, a lot of things come to mind. Marijuana, probably not one of them. Well, I'm here on this cannabis farm in Wellston, and it helps fuel what you might be surprised to learn is the weed capital of the country. Drive about 40 miles northeast of OKC, and you'll land here on Chip Baker's 100-acre farm. At first glance, it looks like any plot in rural Oklahoma. Spacious fields studded with work sheds and tarped greenhouse tunnels. Roosters roam freely next door. If you're from this part of the country, just the sight of it feels like home. But throw open the barn door. Wow! And the golden light doesn't reveal amber waves of grain.
Toklahoma, Kushlahoma, Weedlahoma, Ganjalahoma.
It's a marijuana operation.
That smells like the best perfume in the world to you?
To me, it does. Sounds like that one right there. You can take that one off.
Which one,
just
this one?
Yep, just pinch it off.
And it's all Baker's brand.
Lester Grinspoon said it best when he said, "I smoke marijuana every chance I get." And it's true. Every chance I get, I do.
Baker has grown weed around the world since he was 13, from the woods of Georgia and the lakes of Switzerland to Colorado and California.
I love California weed, I love California growers, but there's a certain snobbiness and we've done it all. But like Oklahoma, it's this newness, adventure, and that's partly why we're here.
The 48-year-old and his wife Jessica moved to Oklahoma a couple years ago after 57% of statewide voters literally greenlit medicinal marijuana through State Question 788.
I think people underestimate how much of a culture shock this was. This was a state where you couldn't buy wine in a grocery store, but yet we passed medical marijuana.
David Lewis is a lifelong Oklahoman and COO of Stability Cannabis, one of the state's largest indoor grow facilities.
Born and raised in Oklahoma, I never would have thought we'd have almost 400,000 patients consuming medical marijuana. It's shocking.
According to the Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority, there are just north of 380,000 Oklahomans with active medical marijuana cards. About 10% of the population, more than any other state in the country, double that of New Mexico, which comes in second at 5%. But with a state whose politics are as red as its dirt, the numbers almost seem wrong.
Oklahoma and Texas are the home of outlaw country. Just because people are conservative or work on the land or fish or hunt is relaxation or even like go to church, it doesn't just bar them from using cannabis and enjoying it.
What I would say is look around the congregation at your church, and that's our customer base.
They're consumers who get to come out of the shadows, like Tally France Hawley.
I've been in the black market as far as cannabis for, as a smoker and everything from the time I was 19 all the way up.
She suffers from PTSD and says certain prescription pills left her suicidal. She found relief in cannabis.
I went from taking 8 pharmaceuticals, like 8 medicinal pills every day, and I'm down to 2. I only have panic attacks maybe once every few weeks, and I was having panic attacks every single day.
Tally says without a doubt, the plant has saved her life. So enamored by its medicinal powers, she now grows it herself.
I literally got drug charges when I was 21 for a joint and did 30 days in county jail for a joint, to now, thank you, I'm picking up 75 marijuana plants to go home to my commercial growing.
And she's not alone. There are 7,000 other commercial growers across the state. Baker says it's never been easier or cheaper to break into the business.
Oklahoma just made it so easy to get involved that the average and normal person could. There's just no boundaries here.
The application fee for growers, processors, dispensaries, and transporters is $2,500. For patients, it's $100. $120 for disabled veterans. Chip says it took him 15 minutes to apply. In other states, he's waited 2 years.
Well, if you look back at the political cycles, Oklahoma's the reddest of the red states. And I think what that translated to in medical marijuana was a free market approach. The government wanted to allow the free market to settle out who the winners and losers are going to be. And as a result, you saw very limited restrictions on getting into the market. And a lot of people participated.
And many doctors, especially during a pandemic, have signed off on cards for patients suffering from anxiety, depression, and insomnia.
Oh, COVID was a boom to the industry. It turns out if you're trapped at home, I guess, with your kids and your in-laws, you might need to medicate a little bit more every now and then.
The other thing is people aren't sharing cannabis as much because of COVID. People have been having their own bowls and their own joints.
Baker says industry-wide, the business grew 50% last year. And if you're surprised by Oklahoma's booming numbers, Baker says you shouldn't be. People just haven't been able to talk about it. But singing, now that's a different story.
Oklahoma has a cannabis history. The Cross-Canadian Ragweed, famous song from 20 years ago. Oklahoma boys roll their joints all wrong. It's famous. It's been famous for years.
In Oklahoma, Marky Martin, NewsNation.